Hello, in this video, you'll be learning about SF symbol 4 and how to make full use of it. You'll be learning how to create a SF symbols with different sizes and learn how and what is variable value and rendering mode. In this video, you'll be creating this, which you will learn how to create SF symbols with different sizes and learn how to change colors and use variable values, and also use different rendering mode which produce different colors. In order to get started and for you to browse through the available symbols to use for your app, you need to download these SF symbols to your computer. Click on this button to download. Once installed, double click and open up, and then double click on the pkg file and follow the installation instructions. I have already installed. I won't be showing you how to install it. So let's get started and use SF symbol. Once you downloaded, you should be able to find SF symbols over here and click on the applications to open out. Once you open the applications, you can scroll through the available symbols for you to use. But let's try to click one of the symbol. Let's try to click this big trash bin. So you can open out this inspector view, and then over here you can see which one is available. Let's say you open out this, you can see the available versions in order to use a monochromatics for your app, which must be iOS 13 and above. And if you use this, must be iOS 15 and the rest and so forth. So if you click on this brush button, right, you can try the different rendering mode which is shown over here. So let's try to click the first one, which is also the automated one, or you can just click directly over here. So if you click on this monochromatics, you can change the color. Let's say, for example, we can change to pink. You can see what it look like if the color is pink, or you can create a custom color depending on what you really want. We can also use this rendering mode, which show a same color but a slightly different, I would say, gradient. You can see how it look like for different symbols. And you can also choose this one, which allow you to choose like different colors. For example, this primary color will be this bean, the secondary one will be this circle color. And you can also choose this multicolor, which is to use the default color they provide. If you try to change the color, nothing will happen to this multicolor. Let's search for speaker, and let's click on this software. So what you can see is that we can enable this variable value, which we can shift the value, and the color will be a bit different for this wave icon. So let's try to select this, and we can select maybe indigo, and see if you choose 20% of it, the indigo will be here, but the rest will be lighter. So you can also do this in Xcode directly to choose. And moreover, let's say if you want to use it for maybe your Android version, you can right click and copy image as, and you can save as the PNG format you want, or SVG to use it for your website or your Android devices. So let's open out a new Xcode project and let's play around with SF symbols. Okay, what you can do, you can go to file and create a brand new project, select applications, and you can name it anything you want. I would say FS symbols. Remember to select interface as SwiftUI and click on next. You can save it in any places you want. So let's try to use FS symbol. So before we start, let's remove this part and create a Z stack. and give a let's create a background color using UI color. Let's choose system gray 4 and let's ignore the save area. Then we'll create a V-stack over here, probably with a spacing of maybe around 50. Okay, so now let's try to create a FS symbol. So how do you create it? Is you use the image component and you use the one with the system name parameter. So over here, you need to give a string. Let's go back to our SS symbol 4. So what you need to do is you need to give the name, which is, for example, let's say if you want to use this, you need to copy the name of it and use it directly. Let's go to maybe choose a sun photo, and I will choose this cloud sun view. Let's copy this name, and then we can paste it directly over here, which you see we can use it already. Okay, so the first thing is, let's say we don't really like this bird color because the default one that provided by Xcode is bird in color. So what we want to do is we can change the color using foreground color. We can change to white. Then let's say if you want to change the size of it, one way to do that is to use font. We can use large title, so you can increase the size by a bit. But another way to change the sizes is to use frame. So let's copy this and paste it over here. Some of you might already know to change it, we must use resizable. Then I will use a aspect ratio of content mode for feed. Then now let's use a frame and give it a width of around 80. If you want, we can also change the color to yellow. So this is the common way of using it if you want a monochromatic color, just one color, and you can use it by changing the foreground colors. So now, if you look carefully at the image component, you see, there are two ways to initialize this. One is to use system name and the other one is to use system name and variable number. Let's choose to use this and let's find the speaker icon we want to use. We can use this speaker icon and let's copy the name and then paste it over here. So if you look over here, right, we can change this variable number. Over here is my percentage, but this value will be from 0 to 1. So it will be, let's say if you want to choose maybe around, okay, this one, it won't change anything. Let's change to this speaker wave 2. Copy the name and change the name over here. So let's say if you want maybe around, I will say this, around 20%, let's say for example, we will put 0.2. You can see, okay, if it's too small, we can just copy this parameter and paste it over here. Maybe I would prefer a white in color. You can see that the variable number is in 20%. If you want, maybe think this will be much better. Maybe, yeah, let's copy the name and then paste it over here. So you can see that there is only one of the wave is the whitest, and then the rest, the opacity seems to be lower. So this one way you can play around with the variable value. So the next thing is we can change this rendering mode. Let's go back to sun, and you can see we can have different rendering mode. Let's try to use this like default color produced by Xcode. So let's copy this whole thing. So what you want to do now is we don't want to use this foreground color, but instead we want to change the rendering mode. Yeah, so you search for symbol rendering mode. So what you want to do is we want multicolor. So in this way, we'll use the default one produced by Xcode, which is the sun will be in orange color and the cloud will be white in color. But let's say now you want the cloud to be maybe gray color and the sun to be orange. We can change the rendering mode. Let's copy this and change the rendering mode to dot this. If you want to play around, you can try to play it over here first. Try to change the different color you want. Once you selected the choices that you want, you can come in over here and you can use the foreground color again. But now since we want to have two color, we'll use the primary as secondary. So let's say if you found a symbol that change the third color, you will also apply the tertiary colors. So now I will choose gray color first, then I will choose orange. And the last one will be this. You give them a color, and if you see carefully, the other or the secondary color will be adjusted by the Xcode, maybe a bit lighter or darker by it using the primary color you choose. So what we do is we can just copy this and change this rendering mode to this one, and then now we only need one color, so we can use this. So these are some ways that you can apply SF symbol to your applications. If you like it, do remember to like and subscribe to my video, and I will be sharing more stuff about iOS development